So I am so excited to be finally laying flooring in the living room. As you can see, I've got about 6 rows of it put in. I'm going to show you some of the progress of it, and hopefully throughout this video show you the whole progress of the laying of this living room floor. So come along and join me. Making good progress. These were some tricky cuts right over here. And of course I started out with some tricky cuts. But it's actually gonna be a lot easier from here on out. It's just a big square room.
It will give you eyes, give you hope, it'll give you perspective. I've been back and forth, and yeah, I had my crashes. Now I've seen the road, it goes every direction. Oh, there are stories to tell, times we grew and the times we fell. Oh, I've been afraid some days, but the road will lead us to a better place. Road will lead us to a better place. Toward the horizon, up ahead you'll find a piece.
For those interested, the flooring brand that I'm using is called Tarkett. And when I calculate how many packages of flooring I need, I look up the information on the website, and you can see right here, this carton is 21.26 square feet of flooring. So you can measure out the living room or the space you're going to lay flooring in and divide it by that number, and you'll kind of get an idea how many boxes you need. In this case, my calculations came to 13 boxes. I had almost 1 full box minus 1 plank left from upstairs. And I bought 12 and brought them in here. So I'm at a point where I'm down to the last box. This is the last little section I have to do. Optimistically, I don't have to go buy any more. I still have a few little scraps and things on the side here I'm going to try to use up to maximize that little space. But there we are. That is where I'm at this point. This is actually day 3. I only put in about 4 hours on Saturday. I had another event to go to, and I've been here Sunday morning. So between the time yesterday and today, it's probably 2 full days doing this project.
Dead ends come and go. Look toward the horizon. Oh, there are stories to tell. Times we grew and the times we fell. But the road will lead us to a better place. Road will lead us to a better place.
Well, I managed to get the rest of this section of flooring done, and I used up every flooring piece in the box, and I am short just this little piece that I have to cut. And I do not have any scraps that will work because the flange is going the wrong way. And I wanted to show you guys something. This is what this flooring is supposed to look like, right? This is called Derby Saddle. And inside one of my cartons was a misprinted, unprinted piece. And I just kind of set it aside thinking maybe I'd use it inside a closet, but never did upstairs. And I brought it down here, and I'm gonna use it for a small sliver up for the threshold near the door over there. But it's kind of frustrating when I'm just really one piece left on finishing the project. And if this one had been printed correctly, I wouldn't be having to deal with this. So anyhow, I'm gonna have to buy a new carton for one piece because they won't sell me one piece. I will try to talk to them about maybe they can replace the one piece because of the misprint. I may try that move. Anyhow, I just wanted to show that to you guys. I'm back, and good news is I was able to exchange that misprinted piece at the supplier, so that piece is now in. And I'm moving on. I got one little strip over near the front door to do, and then I'm going to be laying some trim. So I've got all the trim in, the white trim. I have stained a few pieces of trim to be able to match where it aligns with the staircase. But I couldn't put that in today because it was needing another coat. So put another coat on, it's still drying, and it was tacky before I was wrapping up today. So I'll do that tomorrow, do it overnight to dry. I also have a coat of paint on the new old vent cover here that I'm waiting for that to dry to put that in, but I've got the other vent in place. So another morning of small details, and this living room will basically be wrapped up. Did a little bit of touch up today, put another coat of poly on this step because it wasn't quite as shiny as the rest, so we let that dry overnight. And I did a few other things I didn't show on camera. I touched up the bathtub and things like that. So getting very close to having this done. I still have to fill nail holes on my trim, but the project is probably about a day to 2 days away from being wrapped up. I have probably about a day's work on the outside, still a couple of trim areas to paint out there, and then getting the rest of my tools and supplies out of here. I just got done putting in the stained trim. Took me a couple days to stain. And I'm glad I took the extra effort instead of running just the same white trim as the rest of the room. Because it really makes that section of the room disappear a little bit into the woodwork. Almost ready. I got my final yesterday from the inspector. Called him up, he was fine with it. He's processing the paperwork. I should have my certificate of occupancy within a few days to a week. I went ahead and lined up the rental property inspection yesterday as well. So that's in the works. I'll get a call from them anytime now and schedule that. And other good news is the neighbors that were behind me got evicted. I had a good long talk with the landlord. It's the property right there that was giving me trouble. And if you look closely right over the fence, you'll see the edge of a dumpster. And they are doing a trash out and remodel, hopefully, on that house. It is good news that I met with the landlord over there, had a chat with him. He's going to fix the place up and get some better tenants in there. He was very apologetic for the experiences I had over with them. He said there was roughly 8 people living in that property, far beyond his lease and what he had arranged. So he had to evict them all, had the sheriff come and get them all out of there. And it was a very interesting conversation with him. I'll just kind of leave it at that. But I'm happy for him. He seemed like he was pretty traumatized about the whole experience and pretty embarrassed. So we will move forward. It's going to be a good property here for someone else to rent. I have 2 potential tenant prospects lined up that I'm going to probably meet with very shortly. So I'm hoping to have this house fully rented by October 1st. That's my goal. And I think that's pretty realistic. So probably by the time you guys see this video, I'll probably already have somebody in here. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like today's video with the floor and just a kind of a general review, please leave me a comment, hit the like button, and I will be back very soon with some history videos. Hopefully I'll have nothing but time after that to dedicate and devote to the history videos that I enjoy the most in making for this channel. But this project is very close to being done. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
Oh, there are stories to tell, times we grew and the times we fell. Oh, I've been afraid some days,